Well, November is Bladder Health Month and an opportunity to delve into the seldom discussed topic of peeing and how so many people suffer with overactive bladder. Here to tell us about a recent Peehavior Survey and what it means are Dr. Ekene Enemchukwu and comedian Ellen Karras. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Oh, it's so great to have you on. So, this is sort of a taboo topic for a lot of people, but we're really going to dissect it and dive into it because it's really not that big of a deal. So, Doctor, let's start with you. First of all, may I address you as Dr. E?
Yes, that's perfect. That's what my patients call me.
Great. You have a beautiful name. So let's talk about, overactive bladder and what it really is for those who may not know.
Yeah, so overactive bladder is a chronic condition that's characterized by strong and sudden urges to go to the bathroom and urinate, frequent urination, getting up at night multiple times to go to the bathroom, and also just leakage of urine prior to making it to the bathroom.
And so, you mentioned some of the things that we might expect, but what are other symptoms that people should really look out for that they might not expect?
Yeah. The biggest one is probably that strong and sudden urge to urinate. And a lot of my patients will come in and they will complain of that symptom, and they'll say that, doctor, I drink one sip of water and I feel like I have to run immediately to the bathroom. When it starts to affect your quality of life, and once you start changing your routine and planning your day around your bladder, that's probably a good time to go ahead and come in and talk to your physician.
Okay, and so I have a pretty good guess about this next question, but why do so many women just sort of cope with it rather than going to their professional? Is it because they're embarrassed, or what's the deal?
Embarrassment is probably the number one reason or answer that I get from my patients personally. Others also say that they just always thought it was part of the aging process. Their mother went through it, and sometimes their father too went through it and had prostate problems. And so they thought that they just needed to cope with it, and they just needed to live with it. They weren't aware that there were any therapies that were available to them.
Well, and I think one of those ways to cope with it, a super important way, is to just sort of be able to maybe laugh about it a little bit, laugh it off, and think about situations that, may actually be kind of funny. And so, Ellen, that's sort of where you come in. How can we sort of add a little bit of comedy, add a little bit of levity to this?
Well, this was great. They did a survey of 1,600 women to find out the lengths women will go to relieve themselves. So here's a few things. 46% of the women would go into a store, purchase a random item just as an excuse to say that they need to use the bathroom. Some other women have walked into hotels, pretended that they were a guest, like a whole acting thing going on, just to also use the bathroom.
Wow, interesting results there. Myself, maybe the night is almost over, the bars are closing down, but I've actually paid an employee to let me back into the building because I had to really go. And so you got to go, you got to just do it, and you got to find ways.
We should include you in. We should include you in the statistic.
Yeah,
that's a new one.
I am a statistic.
But a lot of women will also use the men's room. So I don't know if you've ever stood online and all of a sudden a woman pops out because she doesn't want to wait on the woman's room line because, as you know, it's so long. Women will wait more than 10 minutes on a line.
Wow. Incredible.
Even 2 days. No, I just made that up. Yes.
Well, see, already, we're just sort of dissecting it, making everybody feel a little bit better about it. And doctor, if people really want to learn more about this, how do they start consulting their doctor?
Yeah, so first they can go to stopstalling.com. We have some resources and some information there. There's also a doctor discussion guide that you can download and fill out and take in to your visit with your doctor. Your doctor will be happy to go through, evaluate you, determine if this is the diagnosis, and then talk to you about those therapies that can range from lifestyle changes to medications and even procedures for really refractory symptoms.
Stay right where you are. We'll be right back.